Well, I think we've seen over the last few years that thought leadership events like Davos, and Davos is absolutely the world leader and the granddaddy of these kinds of thought leadership events, but they've become an essential element in the toolbox, the communication toolbox for many companies. And we see there are a number of reasons why this is. One is, I think, over the last 5 or 10 years, we've seen the decline of the print press as the real authoritative medium through which companies can do messaging and convey their messages. The print press has been really declining, as we know, in Europe and the United States. It's a little bit less the case in the rest of the world. It's, I think, with a lot of the there's been a calling into question of just how authoritative the voice of, let's say, New York Times or Le Monde or the Times of London is. I don't think they have quite the stature that they did years ago. At the same time, so companies come to Davos, CEOs come to Davos because they know the world press is there. They know that whatever they say here will be instantaneously transmitted to a global web audience. And so that's very important. The other thing is that with the decline of, not with the decline, with the rise of our digital universe in which we spend so much of our lives, our daily lives, in front of a screen, and we communicate virtually so much of the time, the actually meeting face-to-face and communicating face-to-face in a physical setting becomes much more important, in my view. And there's a premium attached to that kind of communication interchange. So when CEOs come to Davos, here in Davos, or to Abu Dhabi, or Monaco, or Aspen, for these kinds of meetings, they meet each other, they can transact business in a very kind of real-time way. They can look each other in the eye, and I think there's no substitute for actually physically being in the same room and next to someone. Telepresence is great. It's never going to substitute for actual physical meeting. So that's important. And another factor is that the big media groups, whether it's the New York Times, Financial Times, The Economist, the Wall Street Journal, are all moving into the thought leadership event space because they see that as a natural extension of what they do anyway. And I think that trend will clearly intensify in the coming year. So companies have to understand the event space much better, have to deal with it, have to come up with a good event strategy, and that's very important, I think.